Hey guys, warm welcome to our next educational video of physics paper 1. In previous video we have been started third unit, that is all about thermodynamics, and now we are continuing this unit with the first point, that is thermal expansion. So you all are aware about the thermal expansion. If a material expands as its temperature rises, right? As temperature rises or temperature increases, molecules in that material are gets expanded, okay, and this would mean the same mass of a material would occupy a larger volume, okay. As material expanded, that doesn't mean that mass also expanded. Mass of that material is constant, it may remain same, but volume increases because all materials occupy larger volume. And also density decreases, right? As volume increases, density decreases. So as different materials expand by different amount, we can design different type of thermometers for different applications. So most analog thermometers are made using mercury, which is only metal in liquid state at room temperature. Okay, so this is all about thermal expansion. Now we will see the main point of this unit, that is steam engine. So any engine in which combustion of the fuel is carried out, that is called as combustion engine. But combustion engines can be classified as internal combustion engine and external combustion engines. So internal combustion engines form a special class of heat engines that generates input heat by combustion of the fuel within the engine itself. Okay, what is internal combustion engine? This is the engine where it generates input heat by combustion of fuel and within that engine itself, okay. And example of this type of internal combustion engines include gasoline engines, right, and diesel engines, petrol engines. And in case of steam engine, heat is produced externally in the boiler. So steam engine is an example of external combustion engine, okay. And internal combustion engines are gasoline engine, diesel engine, petrol engine. But now we are going to study about steam engine, and this is the type of external combustion engine. So about the steam engine, it is consist of chest, cylinder and main shaft with the flywheel, okay. Chest and cylinder that are connected with the ports, and all this system is connected to the flywheel, okay. So steam engine is a machine using steam, here power to perform mechanical work through the agency of heat, right. This is the type of machine where steam power is used to perform a mechanical work through the agency of heat. So in steam engine, hot steam usually supplied by a boiler expands under pressure and part of the heat is converted into work, okay. Some of the heat is expanded under the pressure, and above that part of the heat is converted into work. So the remainder of the heat may be allowed to escape, or for maximum engine efficiency, the steam may be condensed in the separate apparatus, a condenser, at a comparatively low temperature and pressure. For high efficiency, the steam must fall through a wide temperature range as consequence of its expansion within the engine. So about heat engine, the efficiency of this type of engine, that is steam engine, is very low, less than 10%, because here most of the heat is get converted, or we can say only small amount of heat is get converted into work, and all other heat is gone out of the condenser, okay. So this is all about steam engine. Now have the second engine, that is Otto engine. An Otto engine having an Otto cycle, which is an idealized thermodynamic cycle that describes the functioning of a typical spark ignition piston engine, and it is the thermodynamic cycle most commonly found in automobile engines. So the first person to build a working four-stroke engine, that is a stationary engine using coal gas air mixture for fuel, or a gas engine, that was a German engineer Nicholas Otto. So that's why in the honor of Nicholas Otto, this engine has named as Otto engine. And this is why the four-stroke principle today is commonly known as Otto cycle, and four-stroke engine using spark plugs often called as Otto engines. Now you can see the efficiency of the Otto cycle. Here is a diagram of Otto cycle. We have seen this before. The efficiency of the Otto cycle can be get as QH is equal to NCV in bracket T3 minus T2 is greater than 0. Now QC is equal to NCV in bracket T1 minus T4 less than 0. So efficiency is denoted as E is equal to work done upon heat, that is W upon QH, and work done is the QH plus QC. So the formula for efficiency becomes QH plus QC upon QH. Now we have seen that QH is the T3 minus T2 plus QC is the T1 minus T4 and divided by T3 minus T2. Now T2 and T3 means the second temperature and third temperature is may be written as in terms of T1 and T4, that is R raised to gamma minus 1. So in the place of T3 we have written T4 R raised to gamma minus 1 minus in the place of T2 we have written T1 R raised to gamma minus 1 plus T1 minus T4 as it is, and divided by again same T4 R raised to gamma minus 1 minus T1 R raised to gamma minus 1. Okay, so in all the both numerator and denominator, R raised to gamma minus 1 minus 1 is get common and have written in another bracket. So we get T4 minus T1 R raised to gamma minus 1 divided by T4 minus T1 R raised to gamma minus 1. So that's why efficiency may be written as 1 minus 1 upon R raised to gamma minus 1 as T4 minus T1 get cancelled out. So likewise efficiency of the Otto cycle is given as E is equal to 1 upon R raised to gamma minus 1. So the efficiency of the actual engine is less than the ideal value due to the presence of turbulence, acceleration and heat condensation, etc. Okay, so this is all about the efficiency of Otto cycle. Now let us have a look on diesel engine. In 1900, Diesel proposed a plan of engine called as diesel engine, and any internal combustion engine in which air is compressed to sufficiently high temperature to ignite diesel fuel injected into the cylinder, where a combustion and the expansion actuate a piston. So it converts the chemical energy stored in that fuel into mechanical energy, which can be used to power freight trucks and large tractors, locomotives and marine vessels. A limited number of automobiles also are diesel powered, and as are some electrical power generators sets. So this is all about diesel engine. Now we will see ideal diesel cycle. Here the cycle also represents the 4 steps, that is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 and 4 to 1. And all these steps have name isentropic compression, that is first step. The second is constant pressure combustion. Third is isoentropic expansion. And the fourth and the last is constant volume heat rejection. So the diesel cycle is very simple to the Otto cycle in that both are closed cycles commonly used to model internal combustion engines, right? And the difference between them is that the diesel cycle is compression ignition cycle instead of a spark ignition cycle like a Otto cycle. Okay, but for the same compression ratio, the efficiency of an Otto engine is more than the diesel engine. And diesel engine there is no danger of explosion, hence its compression ratio can be made much larger than that of the Otto engine. So due to higher compression ratio, diesel engine has higher efficiency than Otto engine, but cylinder must be strong enough to withstand very high pressure of air. Okay, so this was all about ideal diesel cycle. Now we will see our last point, that is comparison between auto engine and diesel engine. So firstly, heat is addition in system at constant volume and heat is addition in a system at constant pressure. Okay, the variables are different in Otto cycle and diesel, that is volume and pressure. Second is compression ratio. Compression ratio is less in Otto cycle and more in diesel cycle. Like it is varies from 6 to 10 in Otto cycle and it is varies from 14 to 22 in diesel cycle. And the third is high efficiency at the same compression ratio. Otto cycle can give high efficiency at same compression ratio, but a diesel cycle or diesel engine can give low efficiency at same compression ratio. So petrol engine works on Otto cycle and diesel engine works on diesel cycle. So Otto cycle or Otto engine is a spark plug required. There is a required of spark plug, and in diesel cycle fuel injector is required. Then sixth is air fuel mixture inserted from inlet valve. Okay, air fuel mixture is inserted in a Otto engine and only air is inserted in a inlet valve of a diesel engine. Now seventh is after generating spark, combustion takes place, and in diesel cycle combustion takes place due to hot air and fuel received from fuel injector. Now eighth one is in compression stroke air fuel is compressed, and in diesel cycle in compression stroke only air is compressed. So ninth one is fuel is inserted during the suction stroke, and in diesel cycle fuel is inserted at the end of the compression stroke. The 10th one point is in Otto cycle there is no need of high pressure and temperature because spark starts the combustion, and in diesel cycle there is a need of high pressure and temperature to start the combustion when fuel is injected. And the last point, that is the low compression ratio, that is Otto engine have low compression ratio and diesel engine have high compression ratio. So likewise we have been done today's topics, that is heat steam engine. We have studied the types of heat engine, that is first is steam engine, then we have seen Otto engine, efficiency of Otto cycle, and also we have seen diesel engine, efficiency of diesel ideal diesel engine, and lastly the comparison between Otto cycle and diesel cycle. Also the first point that we have covered, that is thermal expansion. So write these 2 points in your notebook and we will see the remaining point of this unit in next video. Till then, thank you and bye bye.